We'll begin services in just a couple minutes, but if you would like to have your prayer books ready, we're going to begin with Shalom Aleichem on page 5. Shabbat Shalom, welcome.
Thank you, good Shabbos. How are you tonight?
Besides being slightly damp, I'm just fine. At the point that I came over here, it was really raining hard.
It's been raining all day long.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for coming out in the rain.
I've got cottage tonight, so
Oh, okay. Well,
I wouldn't have missed.
I will announce the names when we get there. And it is 6 o'clock, so
Yeah.
I think it is time to begin. So, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Or as we say down in the very south part of Alabama where I am living, Shabbat Shalom, all y'all. And we will begin on the bottom of page 5 with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nil Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedechem leShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And as people are entering and finding seats, let's do a second introductory psalm before we get to the main psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat. So the second song is Yedid Nefesh, which is on page 10. And if you would like the transliteration for the Hebrew, it is on the bottom of the left-hand side in the reddish letters. Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman Meshoch Avdach El Ritzonach Yarutz Avdach Kamo Ayal Yishachave Mul Hadarach Ki Yerablo Yeridudach Minofer Tzuf V'kol Ta'am Hadur Na'eh Ziv Ha'olam Nafshi Cholat Ahavatach Ana Eilna Rifana beharot no am zevach, az titchazek v'titrape, v'hayetalach shivchat olam, v'tigyehemu rachamecha, v'chusna al bein ohavach, ki ze kama nichsof nichsaf, lir opetiv eret uzach, anna eli machmad libi, chushana ve'altit alam, higalena ufros chaviv alai, etzukat shelomach, ta'ir eres migvodach, nagila v'nismechabach, maher ahuv kiva moed, v'choneni ki me olam. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya 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 la 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 la. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. And on page 11, we begin the formal part of the Kabbalat Shabbat, the welcoming or receiving of Shabbat. It is a series of psalms, beginning with Psalm 95, and in our red Siddur, Lev Shalem, it is on page 11. And again, if you would like to sing along and you could use the transliteration, that is on the bottom of the left-hand side in the red. Lechun ranena laronai, nari aletzur yish'enu, nekarma vana b'toda, bizmirot nari alo, nekarma vana b'toda, bizmirot nari alo. Ki el gadol Adonai, umelech gadol al kol Elohim, asher be'ado mechkerei aretz, v'to'afot harim lo. Asher be'ado mechkerei aretz, v'to'afot harim lo. We'll pick up in the English where I left off with those top two paragraphs on the Hebrew side. And your first response will be on the top of page 12. Come then, let us bow and kneel. Let us bend our knees in the presence of Adonai who formed us. Your turn. If only you would listen today to God's voice and not become hard-hearted like the people at Meribah, like that time at Massah in the desert when your ancestors tried and tested me, though they had seen what I had wrought. So repeating that last part that you read. Arba'im shana kut bedor va'omar am to'eli b'hem lo yada uderachai asher nishbati ve'api im yavun el menuchati. Psalm 96 is on 13 and 14. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol ha'aretz, shiru l'Adonai barechu shemo, basaru miyom la'yom yeshuato. Tell the nations of God's glory, speak of God's wonders among all peoples, for Adonai is great, surely to be praised, more revered than other false gods. For the gods of the nations are man-made idols, but Adonai fashioned the very heavens. Your turn. Page 14. Bow to Adonai in the glory of this holy place. Tremble before God's presence, all who dwell on earth. Announce among the nations, Adonai reigns. The land is firm and will not be moved. People will be truthfully judged. And again, I'll repeat that conclusion in Hebrew. Yismechu hashamayim b'dagel ha'aretz yir'amayam umbelo ya'aloz sadai v'chol asher bo az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot ha'aretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek Ve'amim be'emunato. And on 15 and 16, we have Psalm 97. Again, I'll just begin part of it, and we'll go to the English. Adonai malach tagel ha'aretz yismechu im rabim anan v'arafel sevivav tzedek u'mishpat Mechon kis o. Your part would be after that, clouds and thick darkness.
Thick darkness around the divine, righteousness and justice secure God's throne. Fire goes before God, singing speeches around God.
Flashes of lightning illumine the land. The earth watches and trembles. Mountains melt like wax at the approach of Adonai, at the approach of the master of all the earth. Worshippers of idols, be shamed for praising false gods. All that is deemed supreme, bow before God. You, Adonai, are above all that is earthly, exalted over all that is worshipped as divine. And I'll finish this on the Hebrew side. Ohavei Adonai sin ura, shomer nafshot chasidav miyad risha'im yatzilem. Or zaru ala tzadik ulishred lev simcha, simchu tzadikim baronai v'hodu lezecher kodsho. And on 17 and 18 we have Psalm 98. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash ki niflaot asa shi alo yamino uzroa kodsho. That would be picking up at Adonai declare deliverance. God dwelt faithfully and kindly with the house of Israel. The very ends of the earth saw our God's saving power. And the part that I will do on the other side in the Hebrew exactly matches that last section, if you'd like to follow along in English. Yir hayam umlo tevel v'yosheveva narod yimcha uchaf yachad harim yiranenu lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel betzedek ve'amim b'meisharim. And 19 and 20, the last of this series of Psalms, Psalm 99. These have all been nature psalms. Adonai malag yirgazu amim yoshev keruvim tanu da'aretz Adonai b'tzion gadol v'ramhu al kol ha'amim. So why don't you pick up on the second paragraph? It kind of overlaps, and we'll go back and forth after that. A sovereign strength lies in the love of justice. And you, God, forged the paths of truth, judging Jacob righteously and justly. Moses and Aaron among God's priests, and Samuel among those who called upon the divine name. And I'll finish it on the other side. Adonai Eloheinu ta'anidam el nosei ayit alayam b'nokem ala lilotam romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'shachavu le'ar kodsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. So, in honor of the Sephardic heritage of half of this congregation, the descendants of the members of the Sephardic Synagogue who joined with the Ashkenazic Synagogue many years ago, we will do Mizmor LeDavid on page 21 with a 500-year-old Spanish-Portuguese melody. Mizmor LeDavid Havu l'Adonai b'nei Herim Havu l'Adonai kavod v'ovs Havu l'Adonai kavod shemo Hishachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh. That's the first part. That'll come around again. Kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavod hirim Adonai al Ma'im Rabim. You've now heard both parts, so try singing along. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai beharar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon. Second melody. Vayarkidem gemoegel Levanon visirion kemo venreimim. Back to the first melody. Try to join. Kol Adonai chotzev lahavoresh Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Yicholel Hayalot. Second melody, last time. Vayechazov Ye'arot, Uvheichalo Kulo Omer Kavod, Kulo Omer Kavod. Last time on the first part. Adonai Lamabul Yashav, Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam, Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom, et amo, et amo, et amo v'shalom. And we are going to go directly to Lechadodi, pages 23, 24, and 25. So, to not slight the Ashkenazic half of the combined two synagogues that became AIEA, here is a series of Hasidic melodies, but I did the Sephardic Psalm 29 pretty slowly. This is not going to be slow. It's a longer song, and Hasidic melodies are almost always fast. So hold on to your yarmulkes, try to sing along. You get 5 cracks, 5 verses, the first melody, then we start switching melodies. 23. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela, Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor b'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, L'shem ultivert v'litehila. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nei lecha, Ki hi mekor habaracha, Meirosh mikerem nisucha, Sov ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Try the refrain at least. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech ir melucha, Kumi tzei mitocha hafecha, Rav lachshevet be'emek abacha, Vehu yachmol alaich chemla. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Page 24. We'll do the first 2 with that melody, and then we'll start switching. Hit na'ari me'afar kumi, Tifshi bigdei tifartecha mi, Al yad ben Yishai beit alachmi, Koreva el nafshi ge'ala. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Last time with this melody. Hit orari, Kiva ore kumi ori, Uri shirda beiri, Kavod Adonai alaich nigla. Lechadodi, try it. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Melody 2. Lo, lo, lo tevo shiva lo, lo, lo ti kalmi ma shishochachi umatehemi bach. Bach yachasu niye ami v'nivnata ir al tila. Lechadodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. 25, melody number 3. והיו לשמחה שוסייך ורחקו כל מבלעייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כי ימסוס קטן על קהלה לכדודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה. You get this one again. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תעריצי על ידי שפן בארצי ונשמחה ונגילה לכדודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת nekabela. We stand up and face the back. We bow left and right to greet the spirit of Shabbat as she invisibly comes in the back door. Bohi b'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha uvetzola toch emunei am segula. Bo-i-chala, bow left. Bo-i-chala, bow right. Lekadodi, likrat kala, pene shabbat nekabela. Lekadodi, likrat kala, pene shabbat nekabela. As we are seated, we turn to page 27. We'll introduce Psalm 92 with a little melody, and this was the psalm that was chanted in the temple on Shabbat, according to the heading. Mizmor shir, mizmor shir, leyom hashabbat. Mizmor shir, mizmor shir, leyom hashabbat. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and to sing your name, Most High, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. Your turn. You gladden me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork. The arrogant do not understand, the fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms, only to be destroyed forever. This continues on 28, responsively as we've been doing. Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered. As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear. And I'll switch over to the Hebrew side to end that, repeating that paragraph and going on to the last one. This is in red letters, if you'd like to try to sing along. This one's pretty slow. Tzadik katamar ifrach ke'erez balvanon yizke shetulim bebeit Adonai b'chasrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenubun Besevam Tishenim Ra'ananim Yiyu Le'agid Ki Hashar Adonai Suri below Ablatabo. One more psalm, and then, because we have a minyan tonight, we will be able to do the first mourner's Kaddish. So, I'll start this. We'll do your response in the middle, and then I'll finish it. Adonai malach geut lavesh lavesh Adonai ozitazar Avtikon tevel baltimot. Adonai is sovereign, robed in splendor, girded in strength. The earth stands firm, not to be dislodged. From earliest time you were enthroned, for you are eternal. Your turn. I'll finish on the Hebrew side, and you notice that the music is changing, anticipating the fact we'll be in a new mode after Kaddish and Baruch Hu. Mikol hodmaim rabim adirim mishpel reyam adir bamarom Adonai erotecha ne'emenu me'od levetecha navakodesh Adonai le'orech yamim. Those who are saying Kaddish, you are welcome to rise. On page 30, we will do our first morning's Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemeh rabbah bi'alama divrach hir ute bi'amlich malchute b'chayechon u'b'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Everyone, Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam ulal me'al ma'yah. Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yithalal, shmeh tekudsha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma, v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chaim aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, Ya'aseh shalom aleinu, el kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. So, we are going to be able to do Baruch Hu on page 39A. And for that, I invite you all to rise. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. As you're seated, I'll just begin the Hebrew and then we'll switch over to the English. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro mari barabim bechokma poteach she'arim ubitravuna mishaneitim. This one's not really set up for responsive reading, so why don't we just read this English together? Baruch atah Adonai, everyone, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzebaot is your name. Living and ever-present God, may your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. And I will repeat the end of that. Uma'avir yom u'mevi laila, umavdil ben yom u'ben laila, Adonai Tzebaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamidim loch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari v'arabim. That paragraph was obviously about creation. The second one is about revelation. God showing God's love for us by granting us the entire Torah, including the Shema, which is coming up next. Here's a melody which hopefully will be familiar to most of you. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Hamechavda Torah Mitzvot Chukim Umishpatim Otanu Limareta Al Kein Adonai Eloheinu B'shok Beinu V'kumeinu Nasiya B'kukecha V'nismach B'divrei Toratecha U'v'mitzvotecha Le'olam v'hed Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu uvehem nehege yomam v'layla yomam v'layla ve'ahavataka al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema and V'ahavta on page 41. It's customary to kind of shield our eyes for the Shema line. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. And if you boys can sing along on V'ahavta, this might be something you might already be somewhat familiar with. 41 and transliterated in the red on the bottom of the other side. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lebavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha yom al levavecha v'shinandam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veidecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shoch b'cha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam lehod al yarecha v'hayu letotafod bein einecha u'ktavtam amzuzod b'eidecha u'vishe'arecha. And if becoming a bar mitzvah is in your future, you may be chanting that exact type of melody from a scroll that's in the Ark. So let's do 42 silently, and when I think most people are done, I will kind of conclude at the bottom, and we'll go on to the redemption paragraph on 43. Natati Asa Besedka Ribula Baba Chem Hermel Sometimes at work I you to the vote pain in Come on, your boy make them sharing spouse. Yes, from my all hearts. Vayomer Adonai Moshe Mor Daber B'nei Yisrael Tzitzit Tzitzit V'ritem Oto Zkartem Et Kol Mizvon Zidim On Tiz So hopefully most of you are done. I will conclude Adonai Elohechem Emet. And here's a melody particularly for kids for just the top word on 43. Real easy. Emet v'emunah kol hozod. Try it. Emet v'emunah kol hozod. Emet v'emunah, emet v'emunah, emet v'emunah kol hozod. Emet v'emunah, emet v'emunah, emet v'emunah kol hozod. How's that? A whole melody just on 2 words. So let's again read page 43A together because it's not set up for responsive. And then we will, on 44, finish the redemption paragraph, alternating the singing. Everyone, this is our enduring affirmation, binding on us, that Adonai is our God, and there is none other, and we, Israel, are God's people. God is our sovereign, redeeming us from earthly rulers, delivering us from the hand of all tyrants, bringing judgment upon our oppressors and just retribution upon all our mortal enemies, performing wonders beyond understanding and marvels beyond all reckoning. God places us among the living, not allowing our steps to falter, and leads us past the false altars of our enemies, exalting us above all those who hate us, and there are plenty of them. Adonai avenged us with miracles before Pharaoh, offering signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. God smote in anger all of Egypt's firstborn, brought Israel from its midst to lasting freedom, and led them through the divided waters of the Sea of Reeds. As their pursuers and enemies drowned in the depths, God's children beheld the power of the divine. They praised and acknowledged God's name, as we will on 44. But on the right-hand side, I introduce it with Umalchuto b'razon kibalu aleihem Moshe u'Miriam u'Bnei Yisrael lecha'anu shira b'simcha rabba v'yameru hulam together. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha Nedar ba'kodesh norad hilot osei vele. My turn. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokei ayam livnei Moshe ze'lianu v'yameru. Everyone. Adonai imloch leolam v'hed. V'nemar givir Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch ad Adonai Gal Yisrael. And at night, there is an extra prayer between Mechamocha and the Chatzi Kaddish for the Amidah. If you look on 45, you'll see that this is asking God to protect us at night. We do this on weekday evenings and on Shabbat, and of course all holiday evenings, but it has lots of different melodies for all those occasions. So again, let me just introduce it musically, and we'll do the English because it's so beautiful, and then I will finish it, and we'll do Vishamru. Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shalomecha, V'dagnenu Beitzah Tova Milfanecha, V'hoshi'enu L'ma'an Shemecha. Let's read the English together on 45. Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, swords, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. I'll finish on the other side while you can read what I'm singing there. Ushmor tzeiteinu vo'enu l'chaim u'l'shalom me'ata v'ad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha. Baruch ad Adonai Haporeis Sukkah Shalom Aleinu, Yagol Amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim. On page 46, we have a quote directly from the Torah about observing Shabbat. And because Shabbat is a quiet and peaceful time, my favorite melody for this is also quiet and peaceful. So it's transliterated if you need that. Let's try to sing this together. It's pretty slow. And hopefully you will find it to be a meaningful melody. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam b'rit olam Beni uvein b'nei Yisrael ot hi le'olam. Same melody, try the fourth line. Ki sheishet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et ha'aretz. Back to the verse melody. Uvayom hashavi Shabbat vayinafash. Again. Uvayom hashavi Shabbat vayinafash. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemeh rabam V'yalamadi brachir ute v'yamlik malgude b'chayekonu v'yomekonu v'chayede kol beit Yisrael. Everyone. Bagala, bagala, uvizman gariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'gudusha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbekara v'nechemada da'amiran b'alma b'meru. Amen. We will do the Amidah silently. It begins on 47 and concludes on 51. For this we rise. welcome to be seated when you're concluded. So just as we had a nice quiet melody for Rishamru before the Amidah, let's conclude the Amidah with a nice quiet version of Oseh Shalom on page 52. It is below both the Aleph paragraph and the Bet paragraph. And again, the words are on the very bottom on the left-hand side if the transliteration would be useful. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Why don't we try everybody, please, on the repeat, and I'll raise the key to make it a little easier. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Because we have a minyan tonight, we can actually do a little bit of a summary of the Amidah on pages 53 and 54. But we are running a little toward the end of our time together, so I'm going to do this. I'll try not to do it too quickly if you would like to try to chant along on any of this. Top of 53 in the dark letters. Vaychulu hashamayim b'haaretz v'chol tzevam. Vayechal Elohim bayom hashavi malakto asher asa, vayishpot bayom hashavi mikol malakto asher asa. Vayvarek Elohim et yom hashavi, vayikadesh odo, ki bo Shabbat mikol malakto, Kibo Shabbat mikol melakto asher bara Elohim, asher bara Elohim la'asot. I'll do the left-hand side of the parallel column. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu v'Eloi avotenu v'imotenu, Eloi Abraham, Eloi Yitzchak, Eloi Yaakov, Eloi Sarah, Eloi Rivka, Eloi Rachel, Eloi Leah, Ha'el Agadol, Hagibor Vanora, El Elyon, Konei Shamayim Ba'aretz. Here's another one you might want to try singing along in the dark print on 53, and on the bottom left is a transliteration in red. Magen avot bidvaro, b'chaye metim b'ma'amaro, ha'el hakadosh she'en kamohu, hameniach le'amo b'yom Shabbat kodsho, ki vam ratza le'aniach lahem, ki vam ratza le'aniach lahem, Levanav na'avod b'yir'ava fachat, v'nodeh lishmo b'kol yom tamid, me'on haberachot. El ha'odaot Adon ha'shalom, Deis ha'shabbat u'mbarek shavi, Meniach b'kdusha, liam medushanei oneg, Zeker l'maaseh, maaseh v'reishit. Take a little sip here. One more of these on the top of 54. Eloheinu v'Eloi avotenu v'imotenu, resevim duchatenu. Hadashenu b'mitzvotecha v'dein kelgenu v'toratecha, Sabeinu mituvecha v'samchenu b'shuatecha, v'raher libenu le'obdecha be'emet. Anki leinu Adonai Eloheinu b'yahava razon Shabbat kodesh v'yanuchu v'Yisrael mikadesh shemecha baruch atah Adonai mikadesh Shabbat. And you have some responses in the bold letters on the bottom of 54 with the full Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemeh rabba v'yalemad yivrach yiruteh v'yamlik malchuteh v'kaychonu v'yamekonu kayrech chol beit Yisrael b'galav v'zman gadrei v'meru. Amen. Together. Yehesh meh rabba mevarach le'alam u'lalmei alamaya. Eid barak v'shabak v'bar v'dromam v'naseh v'dadar v'd'aleh v'd'alal shmeh t'kudisha b'richu le'la min kol birkatav v'shiratav v'shbikatav v'nekamatad amid ranbi alema v'meru. Amen. Tidgab alzlo tahonu v'aronde kol Yisrael kodam avondi v'shmaya v'meru. Amen. Eshlamar rabba min shmaya v'kaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. I understand that the custom is to do kiddush out at the in the foyer before we indulge in our treats, so we will not do 55, but I believe there's also a custom of opening the ark for Aleinu, and we need to rise on for 56 anyway. But with the ark open, for sure you need to rise. In fact, for closing the ark, can I put you to work when we're done with Aleinu? Not, yeah, you can just bring the prayer book with you and sing it up here, and then you'll be ready to close it. So make sure you're open to page 56. Okay. Face the ark, go. Face the ark. The ark's open. Did you find 56? Got it? Do you need some help? Here, let's see. Let's get 58, 7. Oh, another helper, yay! Okay, there you go. Alrighty. Aleinu l'shaveach l'Adon hakol Vateit Gedula Yoser Bereshit Shelo Asanu Gagoye Aratzot Velo Samanu Kamishpakot Adama Shelo Sam Kalkenu Kahem Vegor Aleinu Kakol Hamonam. We all bow now. Put your feet together. It's easier to bow. Vanachnu Kodrim Umishachavim umurim V'nei melech malchei hamelachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Not too fast. Shehuno deshamayim v'yosei aretz Moshav yikaro v'shamayim mima'al Shkinaruzo Shkinaruzo V'govheim veromim Hu Eloheinu Einod Emed Malkeinu Efes Zulado Kagaru V'dorado V'yadatayom V'shevota El Levavecha Ki Adonai Hu HaElohim Bashamayim Mima'al V'al Haaretz V'al Haaretz Mitachat Ein Od. Let's just read the top of 57 to ourselves, and then we'll sing together in either the red, if that helps, or at the little arrow on the bottom of 57. I'll introduce 2 lines above the arrow. Ki amalchut shokahi ol me'atim lo b'kavod. Everyone. Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai yimlo le'olam ba'ed v'ne'emar v'hayadonai l'melech al kol haaretz vayom hahu yeh Adonai echad ushmo echad. But I offer to hold your book. Maybe you can hold your book, and why don't you each take a door and push them closed.
Yes,
Right here?
This
Just
one.
like these first.
Little handle.
Okay, good, there's the handle. Push, just make sure you keep your finger away from where it's gonna close. All right, and here's your book back. Nice job.
There's yours. Good job,
Thank you
boys.
for joining. Okay. So once again, a Mourner's Kaddish, but this time I'm going to introduce it by reading our Kaddish list, our Yahrzeit list rather. So, if you want to be ready on page 58, Herman Aronov, Audrey Zaslavsky, Irving Byrne, Jenny Nussbaum, just want to make sure this is the right week. Okay. Leo Finkelstein, Samuel Perlman, Rosa Cohen, Louis Herman, Lena Margulis, Samuel Nussbaum, Samuel Sass, Sylvia Segali, Sophie Held, Sadie Margolis Landis-Schwartz, Larry Wallach, Helen Weinstein, Jacob Bernard Margulis, and Ethel Morris. This says Kitabo, but I could swear I read these exact same names last week. Anyway, hopefully they're the right names. And if anyone is saying Kaddish, you're welcome to rise, and we will do that on page 58. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemeh rabah v'yalmad yibarach hir ute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmeh rabah mevarach ve'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmeh kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbekata v'nechemata ta'amiran b'yalma v'imru amen. Yesh lama rabba min shmaya v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imrumav v'ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. So calendar, and I discovered that there's another whole page of upcoming events that I haven't been announcing. So the services part is the fact that I will be doing services tomorrow morning, and we will have Havdalah tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and no minyan on Monday, but Thursday, September 7th is listed. Monday, of course, is Labor Day, but Thursday, September 7th is being listed as minyan with breakfast. Woo. And next Friday night, Rabbi Kramer will be back leading services. So if any of my tunes were a little unfamiliar to you, I'm sure he will reassure you with all your regular melodies. Looking ahead, Tai Chi classes will begin in October. That's way ahead. And there's the Sisterhood Book Club on October 15th at 1 p.m. Yom Kippur has a break the fast with a whole page spread on this. These are sitting outside, so you're welcome to take one home. Menu is lots of salads and lots of goodies and some Sephardic delicacy that I'm not even sure how to pronounce, much less what it is. But if any of you would like to tell me during our Kiddush, I would love to learn. have to reserve by September 20th. And in October all the way, there's a retirement dinner honoring Linda Simmons. So with that, we've got one more psalm we got to say. 27. We are in the period of saying this literally every day leading up to Rosh Hashanah. So I'm sorry, I should have done this before the announcements, but it's on page 59. And again, I'll start the beginning, and then why don't we just do responsibly the part that's set up responsibly in the bottom half of the page. Mizmor David Adonai Orivi Ishi Mimir Adonai Ma'ohuz Chayai Mimi Avchad Mikar Rov Alai Mereim Lechol El Basari Sarai V'Oyevai Li Hema Chashluhu V'Nafahalu. One thing I'll read from the top. One thing I ask of Adonai, this is what I seek, to dwell in the house of God all the days of my life, to behold God's peacefulness, and to pray in God's sanctuary. You see that there's red lettering under that, and it's bold on the Hebrew side. There's a beautiful melody. Akachalti meit Adonai ohevavakesh. Try it. Achachalti meit Adonai otavakesh. It's going to go up a little. Shivti beveit Adonai kol yemei chayai lachazot beno am Adonai ulvakesh behechalo. We repeat that line. Lachazot beno am Adonai uvakeir behechalo. Let's switch to back onto the English side with responsibly. I'll lead the outside lines, you do the indented ones, please. Adonai, hear my voice as I cry out. Be gracious to me and answer me. Do not hide your face from me. Do not act with anger toward me. You have always been my help. Do not forsake me. Do not abandon me, my God, my deliverer. Show me your way, Adonai, and lead me on a straight path, despite those arrayed against me. So I'll invite you to read the English to yourself while I chant the end on the Hebrew side. But then we'll repeat together the very last line in English because it's so powerful. Lilehem manti lirot betuv Adonai be'eretz chayim kavel Adonai chazak ve'ya'ametz libecha v'kavel Adonai. Let's read together nice and strong that very last line on the left. Be strong, take courage, and place your hope in Adonai. Okay, and with that, let's switch to page 62 for a nice swift version of Yigdal. I'll do a tune that hopefully you'll recognize, and if transliteration would be helpful, you've got the whole thing on the bottom of the left-hand side in red. Hang on to your keep out. Yigdal Elohim Kai V'yishtabach Nimtza v'yein eid al metziuto Echad v'yein yachid k'yichudo Ne'lam v'gam ein sof le'achduto Ein lo demut haguf v'ein o guf Lo naharo kelav gedusharo Kadmon l'kol davar asher nivra Rishon v'yein reshit l'reshito Hino adon olam v'gol no sar Yoreh gedulado malchudo Shefanu ado netano El anshe segulado v'tifarto Lokam b'Yisrael K'moshe od navi Umabid et temunado Torah metnatan le'amo el al yad nevi o ne'eman beito lo yachalifa el velo yamir daro le'olamim lezuraro Fitzofe v'yodea sitarenu mabit l'sotavar v'kadmaro Gomel lish chesed kamiv alo notein l'rasha raked rish aro Yishlach l'ketz yamin meshichenu livdot mechakeketz yeshu aro Metim yechayel berov chasdo Baruch Arei Ad Shem Tehirato Metim Yechayel Berov Chasto Baruch Arei Ad Shem Tehirato Adonai Oz Li'amo Yitain Adonai Yavarech Et Amo V'Shalom. May God grant God's people strength and peace. Shabbat Shalom, y'all, or all y'all, since this is the south of Alabama. And thank you so much for making a minyan tonight. Hope everyone online that you thoroughly enjoyed this. Please come back tomorrow because I did not do any of my sermon tonight. You'll have to come back tomorrow if you want to know what's in the Torah reading. Oh, thank you so much for coming. We have a Kiddush afterwards. Please stay for it. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm going to put this back onto pre-screen.